Morning, students. Today we will do the second part of substances in our daily use. We will open our textbooks to page number 45. See how substances like rubber, paper, and artificial fibers are produced. Today we will see the method of producing rubber in a laboratory. Rubber is obtained from nature. This rubber, which is obtained from nature, is called the gum or sap. This sap is called latex. Rubber has a peculiar odor and it is white in color. See the photo shown in the textbook how rubber is collected, and this latex is collected and then used further to form rubber. There are many rubber trees in Kerala, and there are many rubber trees in Brazil also. Later on, these trees were planted all over the world. The botanical name of this tree is Hevea brasiliensis. Now let us see the process from rubber. What can we obtain and what is vulcanization of rubber? The picture shown in your textbook is of the rubber band, eraser, rubber ball, a rubber toy, and the tires which is used in vehicles and cars and motorbikes. Now these are all made from rubber, and sulfur is added in this process. The proportion of sulfur which is added to the mixture is determined for what purpose rubber is used. Suppose we want to make rubber bands. A very small proportion of rubber is added to the mixture and it is heated for 3 to 4 hours. And then this process of heating of rubber and forming it into hard rubber is called vulcanization of rubber. This was a scientific method discovered by one scientist by the name Charles Goodyear. See the box here. They have explained in the past how he discovered rubber. You can read this slowly. He was burning something on the stove, the sap of the tree, natural rubber form, that is the gum of the tree, and as he was burning, he found that it became harder and less elastic after some time. And this hard and tough rubber, later on he started using it for making tires. And there was a big revolution, there was a change in the transport system. Because of this fitting of tires, the vehicle became more light and it started getting speed. So you know how tires are important in a vehicle, what role it plays. You use bicycle, you have rubber tires for the bicycle. So because of the rubber tires, they run fast. You can read all this part slowly and understand how rubber was formed from the natural rubber. This whole process, read slowly to yourself. Now the second substance that man prepared is the paper. Manufactured is the paper. Here they have shown the paper, the process of making paper. I will send you a separate video explaining you the whole process. But for the time being, you should understand that trees are cut into logs of wood. Then peeling of the woods is done, that is debarking the logs. Then it is made into fine pieces of wood and it is mixed with certain chemicals and formed wood pulp, and dyes are added to it, that means colors are added to it. And last step is pressing the pulp on the rollers, making it flat. The way you roll a chapati and make it flat, in the same way machines are used in this process, and it is spread and made flat. Then it is dried and wound into a paper roll, and reels are made, sheets of papers are made for man's use. Now see the next page. Next page is page 46. On that, they have told us the importance of paper. What is paper? How is paper made? And in a right side block, they have told us, always remember, do not tear up blank pages of a notebook. Do not throw away old notebooks with blank pages. Yes, I do remember when we in our school time never throw away any blank paper. We used to collect them and bind the book ourselves at home. We had a separate subject like book binding, and all these plain papers were used for rough notes, for calculations, for mathematical solving, homeworks, etc. etc. So now that was a very good habit. We all should collect all these blank papers from the advertising pamphlets, inner side of the postal envelopes, blanks sides of calendar pages. All this can be used for writing. Yes, to keep notes or make some list. We should not burn away such paper, and we should utilize it again. Whenever possible, try to use a pencil and slate. Cooperate with the people who collect paper from garbage or buy scrap paper. Yes, our Raddiwalas, we give all the old books to him because they send for the recycling process. These people help in the proper recycling of resources. So you know that paper is not very cheap. It is obtained from trees, and you know trees is natural resource giving us oxygen and purifying the air. That you have learnt in 5th standard how trees are important and how trees is a natural resource in the first chapter. So planting more trees and reducing the cutting of trees, we can also contribute to this process by using a paper that is brought home nicely, respecting the paper in our hand. Now next dialogue box is, do you know? What is written there? Read it slowly and understand. In India, the first factory to manufacture newsprint paper to be used for newspapers was established at Nepanagar in Madhya Pradesh in 1955. Paper is also manufactured at Songar in Gujarat. And in Maharashtra, let us come to Maharashtra, there is a paper factory at Ballarpur near Chandrapur. So these are the three main places where paper is manufactured. It is made, paper mills are there. Now comes the synthetic fibers. I was telling you that cotton was the natural fiber. Now comes the synthetic fiber. Man has produced this fiber. He has manufactured this new type of thread so that we will have alternate cloth to make our dresses. Yes, to make our shirts. The first synthetic fiber that was obtained was nylon. Now let us read about nylon, how nylon was obtained. Nylon, Dacron, Terylene, Terene, polyester, rayon are the names of various synthetic threads. You can underline this part on page 46. Last 3-4 lines. Innumerable kinds of synthetic and artificial threads are now available. Almost all the articles made from natural fibers in olden days can now be made by synthetic threads. Nylon, rayon, terylene, acrylic, all synthetic threads, and many more articles are made from this for our daily use. Now see nylon. This word is a combination of two words, that is New York and London, because these two cities had played a major role in inventing this thread. That is why they made the name nylon, which means combination of two cities, New York and London. This thread has a shine and are strong, transparent and water resistant. They are used to manufacture clothes, fishing nets, ropes, etc. Now see the artificial threads that they have shown. So much shine is there. Next thread is rayon. Now what is rayon? Rayon is made from cotton and wood pulp, and it is dissolved in a chemical mixture called sodium hydroxide to make a solution. Threads are obtained from this solution with the help of machines. As these threads have shine and strength, they are said to be synthetic silk. They appeared to be shining bright like the sun's rays. Hence, they are named as rayon. Ray means ray from the sun, rayon. Next thread is dacron, terylene, terene. Various hydrocarbons obtained from mineral oils are used to make polymer chains. A solution of such a polymer is pressed through a strainer with fine holes. These fibers formed after cooling are long and unbroken threads of warmth. These threads are twisted to obtain yarn. Different types of chemicals are used to make threads of various properties. These different threads have been named variously as dacron, terylene, terene, etc. Then see the new words. They have given us some definitions because hydrocarbons is a new word for us. Substances obtained from mineral oil, and polymer chains, long continuous chains formed by small interlinked chemical units. And see how they have made big towels and bed sheets and big cloth from artificial thread. Next page, on page 48, they have told us the advantages and shortcomings of synthetic fibers. Now you can read it slowly. What are the advantages? First of all, at least 5 advantages you should know and 5 shortcomings you should know. First is these fibers are can be manufactured on a larger scale. Yes, they are low cost, they are strong and durable, they can be used for a longer time, they are water repellent, hence do not get wet fast and they dry easily. They are lightweight and comfortable to wear. They enhance the beauty of the wearer. Clothes made from these threads are wrinkle free and scratch free. Now see the shortcomings. What is the shortcomings? They are water repellent, hence do not absorb water from the skin. Yes, so what happens? We cannot wear it in summer. It is very uncomfortable to wear such clothes in summer. Synthetic fibers catch fire easily. What happens? So it is very difficult in case when there is a fire, that person who is wearing synthetic dress will get burnt faster. These fibers are not decomposed by microorganisms. When you throw away, discard such clothes, it cannot be decomposed into small chemical compounds. Then continuous use of these clothes, threads, they can harm your skin, cause an infection because your moisture, your sweat remains on your skin for a longer time. So they are good for party wear but not for daily wear. Come to the next dialogue box. There, always remember. What we have to remember, as I have told you, what is precious for us as a student? The notebooks, the textbooks. Yes, we have to save the trees and save the nature, save the paper, use it sparingly and economically, make full use of whatever available book in hand. Don't throw away if there are blank pages, reuse it. Although there are some disadvantage of synthetic fibers, they can be used in a proper way to reduce the load of natural resources. Like cotton becomes expensive because it is obtained from the plant origin. It becomes costly. Cotton clothes are little costly, but still you can have sometimes synthetic dresses also for your parties. Next is what we have learnt. Only 3 points. You have to learn this by heart because the whole lesson is all about natural things and simple things that are around you in your homes. You are using it daily. We use 2 types of materials from the nature, natural and man-made. Natural materials are biotic and abiotic. Biotic materials are either of plant or animal origin. Rubber, paper, and synthetic fibers are important man-made materials in our daily use. Man-made materials are obtained by using processes. Okay, so this is what we have learned. I will send you a separate video of the question answers. Now you read the entire lesson slowly and understand what are the substances in our daily use and how they are made from natural or man-made substances. Okay, thank you children. Bye.